With us now to discuss some of the successes and a few of the shortcomings of the Clunkers program is Charles Territo. He's with the Alliance of Automobile Manufacturers here in Washington. Charles, good morning. Good to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Ray LaHood, Transportation Secretary, talked about the funding ending this time around, and the best estimate is that this will carry through Labor Day. You agree?
Yeah, you know, in the first 2 weeks of the program, we sold roughly 250,000 vehicles. So if that rate continues, we hope to get another 4 to 6 or even 8 weeks worth of sales out of the program. The program's authorized through the end of October, so we're very hopeful that we'll have the funds to continue the program.
What about what you're selling? The early numbers from the Department of Transportation indicate about 45% of new cars that are purchased under this program are coming from Detroit's Big Three. Is that total really enough considering the size of this allocation?
You know, what we were hoping for was a program that would allow all manufacturers to participate, and that's what we've had. And what we've seen as far as market share distribution through this program is pretty much the same as the current market share divided up amongst the manufacturers with vehicle sales.
Toyota has 3 of the top 5 most popular cars so far. Toyota and Honda, the Japanese car makers, lower than Detroit in terms of total sales. But again, you have the most popular vehicles here, including the Prius.
And I believe that General Motors has sold more vehicles than any other manufacturer at this point. So there really is a wide distribution. There are literally hundreds of vehicles eligible for this program, and consumers are taking advantage of it.
What about complaints from the other side? Most of them deal with efficiency. Is the bar set high enough in terms of the new cars that are being put back on the road and the savings in CO2 emissions and also in the amount of oil used?
You know, I think it is. We've seen vehicles that are averaging roughly 10 miles per gallon better post-trade-in with this program. That'll result in significant savings in not only gallons of gasoline, roughly 215 million, but also tons of CO2, roughly 2 million tons of CO2 saved. So this has been a very successful program. I think it's done what it was supposed to do. It's increased sales and it's helped the environment.
Another number to put out there is roughly a 61% increase in terms of fuel efficiency, again, according to the Department of Transportation. But should the limit be 30 miles per gallon? Is that a high enough bar to set once we keep going forward with more and more funding potentially in the future?
Well, you know, I think the consumers are best set to make that decision. And what we're seeing here is when you give consumers the option, you give consumers this credit, they're going to decide the vehicle that best suits their needs. You know, certainly with gas prices increasing every day, we're seeing more and more consumers concerned about fuel economy. And this program really gives them an opportunity to take advantage of a good incentive and purchase a more fuel-efficient vehicle.
Very quickly, Charles, what happens after Labor Day?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. You know, Congress will return, and depending on how the program's worked out, I think they'll make a decision. I think that we're very hopeful that sales will continue, that this program will continue to be successful, and that other parts of the industry will see success as well.
All right. Charles Territo is with the Alliance of Automobile Manufacturers here in Washington. Thanks again, Charles.